Liberia is our only home. Liberia is our only home. We cannot sit and watch Liberia die. Liberia is our home. Liberia is our home. The only home we know. Let's fight to bring it back. Take it from the rogues. Take it from the thieves. Let us punish them. Liberia is our home. Liberia is our home. All you patriots rise. The time has come to end the massive stealing of our wealth. Rise, oh patriots. Rise, my patriots. Time to get our nation back. Liberia is our only home. We cannot sit and watch Liberia die. Liberia is our home, the only home we have. Rise up, patriots. Rise up, loyalists. Commander Chesson is calling the order of the day. Liberia is our home, the only home we know. Liberia cannot die. We owe it to our parents. We owe it to our elders. We owe it to the ancients. We owe it to our parents. Liberia cannot die. Rise up, oh patriots. Rise up, oh loyalists. Liberia is our home, the only home we have. Fight, fight for Liberia. Fight, fight for freedom. Fight, fight to free Liberia. Liberia is our home, the only home we ever know. Liberia is our pride, the inheritance we have. Rise, patriots, rise, loyalists, rise, Liberians. Follow Commander Chesson. Follow Commander. Follow Commander Chesson. Rise. Good morning. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I always think I'm in the morning. This is the evening. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Tony Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Let me just tell you. Hello. Well, tonight, I've been trying to work on my computer because I have to use a double computer to run my show well. I'm getting the buffering problems. So it showed that I need another computer to share my screen. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm here. Let's start my show. Today, I was watching Liberians in Ghana complaining about their plight in that foreign country, complaining about how Ghanaians are demanding that they leave and come back to Liberia. So we are facing a very serious problem for our people, not only in Liberia, but in foreign countries. I'm sure beside Ghana, Liberians are in Sierra Leone, Liberians are in Ivory Coast, Liberians are in Guinea. So all of these problems started from our civil war. So let me put my topic up. Let's see where we got to go today. We have some serious problems that we must address. And if we don't address them now, by 2023, they will be so serious. So my topics for the day are: 1, reclaiming of Liberia and Liberian people pride and dignity. That's Liberians. I meant to put Liberian. I put Liberian. I didn't put the S. So reclaiming our pride and dignity. How are we going to do that? How are we going to reclaim our pride and dignity? Number 2, Johnson-Sirleaf is Liberia's problem. And hold on 1 minute. Let me just correct I just like to have all my ducks lined up correctly. Yes. So then my topic come out again. Topic number 2, Johnson-Sirleaf is Liberia's problem. And topic number 3, let it just come up. So I see my computer's a little slow here. I don't know what the problem is going on with this thing this time of the year. So I need support, I need money, I need cash to put my show up, to keep it going, to keep all these things flowing. Okay, so my third topic is Liberia today. So let's start with my first topic. Reclaiming of Liberia and Liberians' pride and dignity. As I was saying, I was watching Facebook today and I saw the Liberians in Ghana pleading to the Liberian people of their need to return home, to leave the foreign country they're in, because it has reached a point now that the Ghanaians are tired of the Liberians there. They are claiming that the Liberians are harboring thieves and criminals in the Buddha Borum camp or wherever they are. And Liberians are saying that although this is true, there are criminals in every society. There are people who commit atrocities in every society. And that's why we have law enforcement. That's why we have productive citizens. That's why we have a wholesome functioning society, so that these criminalities can be brought under control, can be monitored, and can be stopped if necessary or possible. So they are also complaining that since Liberians been in Ghana, in the refugee camp, it has grown from a lake camp into a city. They have major hospitals, they have major schools, they have a police station, they have regular functioning necessities to facilitate the process of a big city. So they are saying, hey, when the chiefs in Ghana talk, the government responds. And they are complaining that Liberians must leave and return to their country. And this is just one country. We have other countries where our people are settled. And many of them will soon be demanding that our people return home. And our country is not ready to absorb the amount of Liberians around the world that need to be repatriated into our country. Because besides us being abroad, we have a vast amount of knowledge and wealth of Liberian people outside of Liberia. I think far more than in Liberia itself. And we need to focus on our people. We need to focus on how we can repatriate the brains of our society. We need to bring back the brains into Liberian society. So how do we do that? How do we select these leaders of Liberian society that we need to come back home and to invest in our country? But at the same time, we have a lot of other Liberians in foreign countries that are being denied access to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And these are things that our country guarantee them. And these are our people. So we got to stop the burning of our country. We got to stop the smoldering of our nation. And we got to sit down, because these are serious periods in our history. These are times that if we don't sit down and, besides the politics, look at the social lives of our people, look at how we can generate the things we need in our country to enable our people not to depend so much on the government, not to depend so much on handouts, not to depend so much on the international government, but what we can do for our people, what we can do to generate the pride, the dignity, the sustenance that we need for our people in our country. For too long now, we've lingered. For too long now, we've been stagnant. For too long now, we have allowed our country to be run by rogues and criminals and slum lords and warlords and bandits. And we can't continue on this trend. We can talk all the politics we want. We can talk about 2023, 2022, 2024. If we just talk, we sound just like broadcast say, a society that of people that talk without action. And this can't be our plight. This can't be our destiny. This can't be what Jesus Christ got for us. There got to be something better for us, man. Let's sit down and look at ourselves and evaluate our society. There's got to be something better for us. We can't just come out of war and go back into this dysfunctional way of living with nothing but rogues and criminals all around us, with nothing but thieves and bandits at every corner. This is not the Liberia we want. There's got to be a better way for us, man. We got to stop the fighting. We got to stop this stupidity, the insensitivity, this gullibility. And we got to come to our senses. We got to realize that our lives got to be better than this, man. We got to realize that Liberia is more than this. Liberia is a nation of substance. Liberia is a nation of people who are conscious of who we are, of where we want to go, and how we can unite ourselves to succeed in every effort we strive to do. But we can't continue on this plight. We can't continue on this plight because this plight right now is nothing but greed, blindness, nepotism, corruption, illicit behaviors, criminality. We can't continue on this plight. This is not the plight for Liberians. This is not the plight for a wholesome functioning society. And our nation is better. We have proven it. For nearly 200 years, we have existed as Africa's first democratic republic. Look at all the strife we've been through. Look at all our tribulations. Look at our plights. We still got our country together. We still call ourselves Liberians. We're still proud to be a nation of mixed people. But we can't just be proud. We can't continue to just say we are proud. We must rise out of the ashes. We must rise out of the smoldering dirt and smoke. We must rise out of the ashes with our flag still flying in the wind. Battle shield of golden flame. We got to come up. If we can rise and be resilient in everything else we do, why we cannot rise as one Liberian people, conscious of our duties and our responsibilities to our country, our children, and their futures? Why are we so backwards? Why have we failed to reclaim our nation from this gullible existence, from this deceitful, lying state of denial? Why can't we rise out of the ashes and the smoke and the dirt behind me? Why can't we rise? And I keep calling to my people, rise. I keep calling to my people, rise. I keep calling to my people, rise. The time of the true Liberian revolution is now. Are you ready? Can you handle it? Are you a patriot? Do you understand what it means to stand as a nation and a people? A sovereign nation, not just any nation, a sovereign nation that is a sovereignty, a king not controlled by any other people, not even the international community. But can we do this? Do we have the spirit to bring our country back? Do we have the intellect, the desires, the intuitions to bring our people together? To find leaders among us who will stand up and say, we can do this. We can accomplish anything we come to put our minds to. We can be the masters of our own faith and don't have to beg, don't have to fall on our knees, don't have to depend on the international community for everything we want. To bring justice and law and order in our country, to free us of any Johnson-Sirleaf and the warlords. Why? Why we gotta be like this? Why we gotta be like this? Why we gotta be so backward and complaining about rogues and murderers and killers and thieves in our society that we can't get rid of? Why we gotta be like this? Why do we have the strength in us to find leaders that will stand up with pride and dignity, speaking with one voice and moving our people forward with one interest, to see Liberia rise? Why? Why? All the education we got, all the abilities we have, all the spiritual enlightenment we have, why are we still backwards? Why are we still stagnant? Why are we still unable to lead our nation as one people? Why? Why? Are we so gullible? Are we so blind? Are we so immature and useless? I don't believe that. But we cannot keep acting stupid, because we're better than that. We cannot be acting like useless people. because we're better than that. We can't be continuing on this greedy, useless path that leads to nothing. Leads to nothing. Exactly nothing. So why we on this path? Why we have so many rogues and greedy people, even in our family? Everything is just greed, 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 greed. We have no family norms. We have no family order. We know nothing about family no more. Everything is just greed. Survival of the fittest. Who can benefit the most? And these things don't get us nowhere. They don't let us achieve anything worthwhile. They don't open the door for us to be men and women of our own faith, to be our masters. They don't, because we keep begging, 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 and we keep stealing, 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 deceitfulness, lying, lying. And look at our country. All the way when I begged for 200 years, we're still in the same position. Because the beggars are the same stealers and rogues. Look at Johnson-Sirleaf. I will get into her next. How she broke our country down. And still want to break it down. But we can only rise if we understand our responsibilities as men and women. We can only rise if we understand that in God's eyes, we must come together and face the truth of our nation, face the truth of our people, face the truth of our survival, face the truth of our abilities that have failed us to lead our nation in the right direction, to unite our people, to set up standards of discipline, law and order, to set up a wholesome functioning society. We have failed. And it all boils down to my second topic, Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. We have failed because of Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. For 12 years, we depended on Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf to move our community and our people in a more positive and enlightening path. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. All Ellen left off with was trouble, trouble, trouble. Problems for her family, her children. Mismanagement of our government, our system of leadership, being deceitful and lying to us time and time again. Being secretive, plotting to stay in power indefinitely. But I keep telling you, our country cannot rise as long as Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf is alive. Our country will not progress and advance as long as Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf has her hand in Liberian society. Our country will not rise from the ashes of destruction and death and evil because Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf will not let the evil deeds that she had done in our countries come to light. She will use every means necessary to shield herself, to shield her children, to shield her family that have done us wrong, that has corrupted our nation, our people, that has our children suffering today. And it's all boiled down to Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. She is the enlightenment of our nation. From 1980 to the day, Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf has been in everything. Her hands has been in everything, behind everything, under everything in our country. And look at our people, man. Look at our nation behind me. Everything just smoldering and burning. And look at Zedu still burning. That's why they're putting out fire today in Zedu. You know? We talk about all the political people and their attitudes and their behaviors. Who will lead us into a better Liberia? Who will strengthen our nation into something greater than what it ever was? We can't go back to pre-1980. We can't go back to that era. Yes, although it was better than this era, far better than this era we're living in. The way we live in today is garbage compared to how we lived before 1980, compared to the progress and advancement that has been made in our country. But still, we are still behind, far, far, far behind. And we cannot come back to where we were. We got to come back greater and better and far, far, far superior than what we were in 1980. And we can't come back with the kind of society we got. We cannot come back with the kind of leadership we got. We cannot come back with Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf and her children over our society. We got to get rid of them. They can't stay over our society. They are the epitome of corruption, of deception, of nepotism, of lies, of treachery, of evil in our society. And we must rid ourselves of Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf and her family. We must. If we don't rid ourselves of the people, our country will keep sinking, because they are rogues, they are thieves, and they are murderers, and they don't want to be brought to justice. That's the whole thing behind this war crimes court, the stagnation, our inability to seek justice, to implement the TRC, to stop the corruption, stealing, and evil in our country. And it all rests in Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. This woman is a witch. We have to free ourselves and our country of Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf and her children and her family. Rise, my people. We can't fear these people no more. We can't deal with this corruption and nepotism and stealing and anguish that this woman has brought upon our country. Our children's future are in danger. Our children's future are at risk. Our children's futures are gloomy. Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf must go. We must rid ourselves of this woman. She is evil. She has brought the stagnation to our country. She has led our nation astray with her lies and treachery and stealing, and she has brought her children over us. Why? Why are the Sirleafs ruling Liberia like it's their own country? The time for us to end this nightmare is now. The time for us to end this evil trend our nation and people are on is now. We have the power. We have the abilities. We are Liberia. And unless we understand the power that we wield, unless we understand that we are the people, and Liberia cannot exist without the people. Liberia cannot be led without the people. Liberia will not improve without the people. Liberia will not grow without the people. Liberia will not be Liberia without Liberian people. So, when it all boils down, where it boils down to, the people. And it has to be in our interest that our nation survives. Not in George Weah, not in Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, not in her little children, her little Susies, not her sister Jenny, not the little group they got. No. No. People getting together talk about Ellen Johnson forming their clique. Talk, she will not put her hand this politics. She will not support this person. She will not support that person. But any woman there, she will support them. Man, just get away from here with this Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, man. This woman is sick. We must rid our society of Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, or we'll be in this world of a debacle from time immemorial. We cannot say the same thing over and over. We cannot pray for the same thing over and over. We cannot hope for the same thing over and over. When everything for us to change our lives and our livelihood rests in our hands. And this is the plight of people who understand what their destinies are, what their collective destiny is, and what their country means to them. The time to change Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, the time to change Robert Sirleaf, Charles Sirleaf, Fuma Sirleaf, Janet Bernard, Estrella Bernard, the time to change all these people is now. Our country will forever be enslaved to a few people, useless people too, people who don't care about us. We got to change our country. I'm coming out of the wilderness. I'm crying out. Listen, 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 my people. Listen to the voice in the wilderness. We got to change our country. We got to change our lives. We got to change our direction. We got to change all the negative things in our lives that have kept us down. The new day is here. The time for change is here. The time for us to rise out of the ashes, out of the dirt, out of the smoke and smoldering iron and metal. It's now. And we can rise up. We can be strong. We can change our nation because the struggle continues. Aluta continua. Liberia today. You see, my lesson is short for today because I just want to reignite that spirit of patriotism in us. Reignite that spirit of understanding and progress and advancement. Reignite that spirit of love that we have never possessed so much, but it has always been there because our principles of nationhood rest on our love for one another through Jesus Christ, on our desire to serve our gods with all our hearts, with our soul, with our minds. Nothing will come to us if we sit there and wait for it. Nothing will happen in Liberia if we say, oh, Jesus, come, 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 and we don't get up and show Jesus that we are his warriors. Nothing will come to us if we keep following other people who got everything and telling us to fight hard, to fight hard, fight hard. We'll get it one day. And they're not joining us in the struggle. We got to get rid of Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. She is the evil woman in our midst. As soon as our woman is gone, our country will start to get free. Our country will see progress and advancement. Our country will see a new light of enlightenment and development. This one woman can hold our country hostage. Since 1980, the woman been evil. And she got to go. We got to strengthen ourselves. We got to reclaim our nation. We got to reclaim our pride and dignity. We got to bring our people home from all over the world. We got to bring Liberia home. People who are willing to come home and contribute to the overall national development of our country. Who are willing to come home and participate in the wholesome functioning of the Liberian society to protect our people, to protect our nation, to open avenues for our people to grow, prosper, and advance. Liberia today is in trouble. Liberia today has a big, big problem called Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf and her children. Liberia today needs to be free, free, free. It rests in our people's hand. In the time of the new Liberian people revolution, the true revolution, the true change that we need, the true rapid development that we need, the true unconscious liberty that we need must come through our strengths to see that our country is better than what it is today. My lesson is done. Aluta continua. Have a good day, my people. Have a good day, my children. We live to fight another day. We live to see another day come to fruition. We go without each other, we are nothing.